Illusion of Time, also known as Illusion of Gaia, was developed by Quintet. It was published by Enix in Japan and published also by Nintendo for North America, Europe and Australia. The main distributor was Nintendo. It was directed by Masaya Hashimoto, produced by Yasuyuki Sone. The designer was Tomoyoshi Miyazaki and Moto Hagio. Artist was Moto Hagio and the writer was Mariko Ōhara. The soundtrack was composed by Yasuhiro Kawasaki. It was for the Super Nintendo Entertainment System. The release date was for Japan in November the 27th, 1993. For North America it was September the 1st, 1994. For the rest of Europe it was not until the April the 27th, 1995. It is an action role-playing game and features only for one single player. Moto Hagio, an influential manga artist, was credited for the creation of the character designs, and the great novelist Mariko Ōhara, who worked on the story for Illusions of Gaia. While Illusion of Gaia has a large cast of characters, Will, Freedom and Shadow are the only characters that are playable in the game. Each and one of them have unique abilities, and certain areas are just impossible to complete without a specific character and their abilities. The characters gain techniques as part of the story. Will's techniques are all based on reaching new areas with incidental combat applications, when Freedom's techniques are more combat orientated. Shadow arrives later in the game. With him being such a powerful character, he causes Freedom to be nearly or completely obsolete. Combat is relatively simple. Characters share the same health and defense scores, but have different levels of strength. Freedom, for example, does noticeably more damage and has a longer reach than Will does. In return, Shadow does more damage than Freedom. Attacks are almost exclusively melee style. Using Will's flute, Freedom's sword, or Shadow's pseudopod, enemies' health bars appear upon attacking and displaying as a series of red spheres that represent hit points. Bosses cannot be revisited, and all enemies do not reappear unless Will loses all of his lives or completely exits an area and then returns again. Illusions of Gaia has a very general design that is uniquely simple as RPGs can go. The game chose the experience system of typical RPGs, and instead, the game has a more novel system for advancing the player's character's statistics. So, defeating all the enemies in the room earns the player a permanent stat bonus in the form of a jewel. These jewels boost attack, defense, or health power, while returning to a cleared area will cause enemies to reappear. The bonuses for defeating them again do not. But also, after an enemy is killed, it will leave a stone, either a small or a great one. If you collect 100 of these, it allows you to restart closer to where you died with all the enemies still defeated. Are Will's classmates and friends, known collectively as the Seaside Gang. Lance, a bold adventurous boy whose father was lost in the seaside shipwreck and Will survived. Seth, a studious and nerdy type boy with a troubled home life. And Eric, a naive boy who seems younger than the others. but has a very, very brave spirit. The other characters who will join Will is a princess by the name of Kara, a spoiled royal brat on the run from her increasingly cruel parents, and then her little pet pig, Hamlet. Lily, a member of the mysterious Aitori tribe, who has the power to transform herself into a dandelion puff at will, as weird as ever that sounds, and float amongst the wings. And Neil, a brilliant inventor who is very responsible for the telescope, the camera and the airplane, amongst other inventions. Illusion of Gaia. It is set within a historical but mostly fantasy-based version of Earth. It contains several real-world sites such as the Incan ruins, the Nazca lines, Angkor Wat, the Great Wall of China, and the Egyptian pyramids. So there's some very interesting locations to visit. Each of these ruins hold a piece to the final puzzle, unveiled at the top of the infamous Tower of Babel. It is firstly believed to be the age of exploration, and explorers have begun scouring the world in search of ancient ruins and the lost treasures and secrets within them. But many return with nothing, and some are just simply never seen again. Will, who is the protagonist, is a survivor of one such ill-fated expedition. He accompanied his father, a famed explorer, on a sea journey to uncover the secrets of the Tower of Babel. But the explorers met with a horrendous and mysterious disaster. Somehow Will managed to make it back to his hometown, but has no recollection of ever it happened. When the game starts, Will stumbles into a dark space where he meets a strange being called Gaia. Gaia tells Will that he must leave his home and save the world from a coming evil. A comet is approaching the Earth, and it will bring ill fortune to the world. As he travels, Will gains the ability to change into other forms, each with a special power. Freedom, a dark knight, and Shadow, a solid form of energy. Will and his friends face many enemies in their journey to uncover the secrets of the Tower of Babel. Both those who protect the clues to the mystery of those who seek its power just for themselves. A number of powerful demons guard the priceless treasures of the lost civilizations, while the human but power-mad king, Edward, and Queen Edwina, contract the ruthless assassin Jackal to tail Will and Kara throughout their journeys. Neil's parents are the driving force behind the Rolex company, which is also the driving force behind the world's slave trade. It is later revealed that they are replaced by members of the Moon Tribe. The tribe themselves are encountered numerous times throughout the journey, being living shadows that lost their corporeal forms after being subject to the comet's light. Will's other notable encounters include Sam, a slave boy who helps him give Lance's memory back, and his adoptive guardians, Lola and Bill. Now let's take a look at some of the locations which Will and his friends will travel to, and some of the evil demons that protect these temples in each site. The one and only thing I didn't like about Illusion of Gaia is not being able to travel to the locations yourself. And the game does it for you. Unlike games like Terranigma, Soul Blazer or Brainlord, where you venture around the map and travel there yourself, makes the game more interesting.